All right, checking in with Hometown Throwdown real quick. Rose City, Wheels of Justice against arch rival. Currently 5 minutes left in the first period. Rose City in the lead, 74-47. All right, rolling whistle from our jam timer Danger Muffin. Starting out jammer for Wasatch Roller Derby, number 89, Apollo on the track for Rat City, 7:29. That's made in China. Pack split up here a little bit. Apollo now shucks, but no. Chewy says, cutting the track on the outside. Apollo's going to go take a sit first jam. Unfortunately, Made in China took off the helmet cover, so there will be no lead jammer in this jam. Number 22, Rail's going to go hang out with Apollo for a little while. Made in China still trying to break through this pack, still on their initial Katzenjammer and Glow Job up there at the front, doing some good blocking, standing play. Made in China manages to get around. Apollo now back on the track. See if he can pick up some points. Out on a pass. Made in China passed Cat and Booty. Rails coming back from the penalty box. 4 points, Rat City. Apollo now on the scoring run, but like I said, no lead jammer, so we're going to go the full 2 minutes here. Apollo now through for 4 as well. Even jam again. Made in China now engaging Booty, Rails, and Cat in front of the pack. They have come to almost a complete stop in the straightaway there. Apollo diving through that Rat City pack. 4 more points, Wasatch Roller Derby. Lots of whistles, lots of yelling. Let's see who leaves the track. It's going to be Booty this time. I think everybody from Wasatch had a turn in the box except Cat, that one. 9-4 jam. Number 25, Knuckles for Wasatch Roller Derby. 1964, Ponyboy Hurtis for Rat City. Ponyboy gonna skate around their own players. Knocked to the inside by 314. That's Bip. Taco Del Mar coming back with Eve. Bip again. But Ponyboy manages to push that block from Bip off. Lead jammer, Rat City. Knuckles still stuck at the back there with Rat City blockers. And start pass to Taco Del Mar, the pivot. Ponyboy coming around. Turn 1 now. Into the pack. Still hasn't made a pass yet. There it is. 1 more to beat. Not past Booty. What did we get? 3-4 on that pass. Nice skating by both jammers there. 3-7 jam in favor of Rat City. 12-15 our score. Everybody hanging out up on the pivot line there. That's Miss Defiant and Feline Fatale for Rat City, the only two Rat City blockers on the track at the moment. Riptide, no. Lead Jammer, Rat City. Bridget, number 47 for Wasatch. Tangles up there with Feline Fatale, but now out on a scoring trip of her own. Both jammers now in the pack and scoring. Riptide out first. Bridget knocked to the infield by Feline Fatale. The two of them have gotten to really know each other in the last 30 seconds or so. Bridget trying again to the inside, runs into the jam referee. Riptide now back around for another scoring trip. Miss Defiant up front trying to break up that Wasatch ball, but now holding the pack together. It's Fleetwood Smack, Rails, and Tootsie up the front for Wasatch. Doing a pretty good job of holding on to Riptide right now. Berserker back out to help, but Riptide around. Bridget now finally out of the pack. 4 points for Wasatch. Feline Fatale from Rat City going to take a sit down for 30. Riptide calling off that jam. Let's see. 1 point, says Noah Fallon. (9-4) jam. Again, favor of Rat City. 17-24. The jam timer, 5 seconds that you could hear in the next county from Danger Muffin. Jam is off. It's ridiculous. Number 67 for Rat City, and that's 46 Huck for Wasatch Roller Derby. Ridiculous going to the box now. Didn't see the penalty call. Oh, Noah Fallon says back block. So that's going to be Power Jam Wasatch. Huck the medics bench there with Kevin. Eve Cinco out there having a chat with Peter Dragon. give you the rundown on our officials for the game. Already talked about a few of our NSOs, but our skating officials led by head referee Peter Dragon, as I just said, Fighting Girlfriend and Whiskey Smash. Our Fighting Girlfriend inside pack referee Whiskey Smash and Chewy jam reffing, although I thought it was Noah Fallon jam reffing in this one. I think Chewy's on the outside. Damon Mistress and Saren Gasp. Looks like we had a little bit of a change up on the officials roster for this game, but yeah. Chewy, Damon Mistress, Saren Gasp, outside pack refs. Whiskey and Noah Fallon, your jammer referees, and Peter Dragon and Fighting Girlfriend. Apollo alone on the track now. Number 89 for Wasatch, running around that, once again, turn one corner on the outside. It's Apollo's favorite place to be. Lead jammer Wasatch. Takes a little step to avoid getting tangled up with his own blocker there. Rat City Pack has moved forward, fighting it out with Miss Defiant. Falls down, tangled up with number 4-7 there from Rat City. That's Malice. But out for 4 points. Rat City Jammer is back on the track. That's ridiculous. Still fighting it out on initial trip through with Taco Del Mar, Eve Seiko, Bip, and Fleetwood Smack holding the bridge there. Apollo now tangled up with all four Rat City blockers back here on turn 4. Ridiculous back to the box. Power jam. Wasatch again. Apollo calling for some help. Nice little hip check there from 47 Malice. Lock up Apollo. Apollo's going to opt to call that jam. Ridiculous manages to get out of the penalty box. We'll have a jammer swap. That is going to be Rockzilla for Rat City. Looks like Knuckles coming out for Wasatch. One Wasatch blocker in the box. 4-3 pack advantage to Rat City. Score now 29-24. Advantage Wasatch. Knuckles bouncing back and forth there, trying to take advantage of Katzenjammer's offense there. Almost, one more to beat. Pushing hard now. That was number 206 from Elizabeth Taylor. Got knocked down by Knuckles, but Rockzilla managed to get out. Lead jammer Rat City, but Knuckles about 30 feet back. Rockzilla now in the pack. Knocked out of bounds by Rails. Knuckles might have gotten 2 points. Very nice. 3 points for Rat, 2 for Wasatch. 31-27, our new score. I've been joined here on the mic by my good friend Radar, who's been medicing and officiating this weekend. One of those people that does it all. Bridget, number 47, Wasatch Roller Derby lead jammer. It's like we had a star pass for Rat City. That is going to be number 323. Feline Fatale, but Bridget's gonna hit it, quit it, as they say. 4 points, Wasatch to 0 Rat City 34-27. Ponyboy Hurtis, 1964 for Rat City. Apollo once again, number 89 for Wasatch. Lead called for Apollo, but Ponyboy is out in front. Both on a scoring trip now. Getting some instructions from the bench. I think they're going to run it. Ponyboy's going to get driven to the outside. Big pile up there in the entrance to turn 3. Apollo through for 4 points for Wasatch. Ponyboy being drawn back by Rails. Big hit there. That's Elizabeth Taylor again. But now Ponyboy out. 4 points. Rat City. 4 more for Apollo. Pack set up. Nope. Apollo's going to call it off. Shut that down. 8-4 jam. Wasatch 43-31, our score.
We want to take a second and say thank you to some of our sponsors. We have Beehive Skate Shop in Salt Lake City's Inline Derby and Quad Skate Shop. Follow them at Beehive Skate Shop for updates on inventory and skating events in the Salt Lake Valley.
Riptide 017 for Rat City on the line with Knuckles, number 25 for Wasatch. Pack mostly set up back here by the jammer line. Got Can of Whoops ass coming out of the penalty box here to shore up our packs. Looks like I think that's Rails, number 22 for Wasatch, taking a seat there. Ought to be back shortly. Riptide up against Glow and Booty. Lee Jammer, Rat City. Knuckles still stuck in the pack here between the jammer and pivot line. Getting a little bit of help from Booty Queen. And a little bit more help there from Can of Whoops ass. Help to the outside. Star pass now to Rails, who is going to the penalty box. That is unfortunate. And Can of Whoops ass found that gravity well we installed on the track over there. Pops up, reminding Taco Del Mar that she's still there. Rails back on the track now, knocked out of bounds by number 47, Malice, drawn back. Rest of the Rat City pack set up here at the jammer line while Riptide doing laps now. 16 points so far for Rat City. Lead change. Rails once again drawn back by Can of Whoops ass. Taco Del Mar trying to get in there and mess things up, get Rails out of that mess. Time runs out. 20 points for Riptide, Rat City Roller Derby. That's going to take our score now 43 Wasatch Roller Derby, 51 Rat City. A whole lot of games today with lead changes, tie games. It's like we may have another one of those. Ridiculous, number 67 on the line for Rat City. Number 47, Bridget for Wasatch. Bridget knocks Ridiculous out, but also taken out by Edelweiss. Both jammers now back on their skates and back in bounds. Bridget being recycled by Edelweiss again. Rat City going way back, trying to catch Bridget on that. Did not. Ridiculous lead jammer, but now Bridget finally made it to the penalty box. Nice piece of offense there by Edelweiss to clear Cat out of the back of that. Hold her at the back of the pack. But that's Bip Herzerker. And I can't see the other one. up in the front there. I believe it's Tootsie. Yes, it is. Nice work there by those two holding Ridiculous back. Bip holding the pack together. Now Cat trying to escape. Comes up. Bip now rejoining that tripod at the front. Ridiculous trying to push them all out of play. Bip's going to drop off. Bridget back out of the pack now on a scoring pass. It's Herzerker going to go take a seat for a forearm penalty. But Ridiculous still not through. Calls the jam. Waiting for points here. Looks like 4-point pass for Ridiculous. 3 for Bridget. But Bridget back in the penalty box. Power jam to Rockzilla and Rat City. 46-55 our score. Timeout called by Wasatch. It's like we got Elizabeth Taylor in the box for Rat City as well. And Herzerker and Bridget hanging out. So even packs, but only one jammer. Give you the full list of NSOs for tonight. Head NSO is a new addition to the officiating staff this weekend. One of the president of the Wasatch Junior Rollers, and also parent to a couple of skaters on the team and one on this Wasatch team, Not Your Mom. Penalty line trackers, Kiss Off and Whamdolph. Jam timer, as I said, Danger Muffin. Scorekeepers, Fickle Bitch and Vonnie. Scoreboard op, Data. Radar was going to be the penalty box manager, but she's here hanging out with me. We'll hear a little bit more from her maybe in the second half. Knoxford, comma, Not Your Mom in the penalty box. Dino and, again, Bionic Envy as stats person. Rockzilla, number 8 for Rat City, now out lead jammer. Around the outside, turn 1, 4 points, Rat City. Elizabeth Taylor joining the pack now. Full complement for Rat City, and Herzerker coming in as well. Full packs, both sides, both jammers now on the track. Packs moving together around the 1-2 apex. Bridget going side to side here, trying to escape. Runs into Can of Whoops ass there and has to turn around and try again. But that is a tough wall of blockers to try to get to. That's Edelweiss, Can of Whoops ass, Elizabeth Taylor. I can't see who the pivot is. Oh, it's 513 Glitter Gulch. Rockzilla now just getting past Glow up in the front. 4 more points. Rat City Roller Derby. 16 points so far in this jam. Katzenjammer taking the star pass. And looks like that's going to be Edelweiss going to take a break in the penalty box. Jam's called before Kat can get there and get some points. 1 more point added for Rockzilla, 17 points total, 46-72. Rat City in the lead. Official timeout on the track. Looks like need a little track repair over here, says our tournament head ref, Albert. Got to make sure we keep everything safe. It looks more like they're fixing a divot than the line there. I know we were playing golf. Number 89, Apollo on the line for Wasatch Roller Derby. I believe that is 729. Yes, it is Made in China for Rat City. Apollo inside line. Lead jammer, Wasatch. Oh, and Made in China going to the penalty box. Power jam now for Apollo. 4-2. 4-2 pack advantage, Wasatch.
We have 0-5 coming out of the box.
Apollo smashes into that pack. Made in China is able to get through and out on a scoring trip now. Apollo going for the call off. Think he got all of them. We'll double check here. Yes, Jam Ref Whiskey says 4 more points. That's a 12-point run for Apollo. Score now 58-72. Rat City in the lead still. Ponyboy Hurtis, number 1964, and Knuckles, number 25, on the line for us.
Watch us. Wasatch is starting with one skater down. Tootsie in the box.
Oh, Ponyboy makes a nice little diagonal move between the packs there. Lead jammer, Rat City. 1 more to beat for Knuckles. 2 more now. And Ponyboy Hurtis goes by untouched, turn 1. 4 points, Rat City. Knuckles now up to the front, taken out by Canna Whoop's ass. All the way back to the back of the pack. But Ponyboy knocked out and drawn back by Tootsie. Working there with Taco Del Mar. Ponyboy out to the infield. Oh, low block call on Ponyboy Hurtis from Noah Fallon, our jammer referee. Star pass now to Taco Del Mar, our pivot. Wasatch now out and scoring. Got a minute to work. Canna Whoop's ass going to join Ponyboy in the penalty box. Ooh, some big hits in there. Taco makes it through. 4 points for Wasatch. We're even on the jam now. Tootsie, number 19 for Wasatch, going to the box for a direction call there. And Ponyboy back on the track for Rat City. Blockers trying to set up for that quickly. Ponyboy Hurtis is back out and finishing the scoring pass. She left the track on. Big hit there from Canna Whoop's ass. Drops Taco on the inside, but manages to get up. Only 1 arm out of bounds, so no penalty there. But Ponyboy through the pack again for another set of 4 for Rat City. 8-12 so far on the jam for these jammers. Can they get 1 more? I don't think so. Let's check with the jam refs. Double zeros. Nice jam by both jammers, though. 66-84, Rat City. 7 minutes, 30 seconds left in the period. Four-three pack advantage again to Rat City. We've got Riptide 0-1-7 and 4-7 Bridget for Wasatch. Out of play called, bodies flying, turn 1, Riptide out. Not lead jammer, says Noah Fallon. Bridget out now, lead jammer. No. Fighting Girlfriend says there was a cut track by Bridget. Bridget will go to the penalty box. Power jam for Riptide. 4 points on the board already. The Rails and Bridget hanging out in the penalty box again. Riptide makes it past Fleetwood smack back there. One last ditch by Glow Job to stop her, but can't. Both packs set up here in front of us on the jam line. Bridget now back on the track. Rails coming in to give some assistance. Bit of offensive blocking. Bridget trying to wriggle through. Nice little spin there. Going to look for a line on the inside. Fleetwood smack gets in her way a little bit there. And Bridget is out and on a scoring trip. Looks like we have our nerdy friends participating in the chat on the live feed here. So if any of you would like to join in on the heckle session, please join us on YouTube, Wasatch Roller Derby. 27 of you out there, say hi. Official timeout, says Danger Muffin. Verifying scores here with the Jammer referees. Clock's still running. Score currently 70 points, Wasatch Roller Derby, 96 for Rat City. Clock correction here from Danger Muffin. There we go. Correct time back on the scoreboard. All right. Ridiculous and Apollo wearing the stars. Apollo goes down pretty hard there, right about the jammer line. Dealing with Edelweiss there. Edelweiss is going to exit. Oh, Ridiculous almost through, but Booty deposits her on the sideline and proceeds to wander to the back of the pack. Apollo now out, lead jammer, Ridiculous through the pack as well. Berserker signaling that there was a cut track there, but the referees do not agree. Edelweiss now back on the track for Rat City, full complement for both teams. Ridiculous tied up in the back there with Rails. Berserker Rails goes down backwards. That's Eve Seiko as well. Eight-1 jam, advantage Wasatch. 78-97. Just under 4 minutes left in the period. First time we've seen Katzenjammer wearing the star this game. Number 92 for Wasatch, out for lead jammer. Looks like, I believe that's made in China from Rat City, number 729, fighting the way around into turn 2, but meeting some heavy resistance. Kat now on a scoring trip. Fighting it out with Miss Defiant in front of the pack, manages to get by. 4 points Wasatch. But here is Made in China, nice little spin move around Bip into turn 3. Helmet covers back on a scoring pass. Malice to beat for Kat. She does it On we go. Cat calls it off. Was it fast enough? 1 point. 4-1 jam, or 8-1 jam, sorry. 86 points, Wasatch Roller Derby. 98 points, Rat City Roller Derby. 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on our period clock. Very much anyone's game, as we have said several times today. Only had one game today with a large point differential. Knuckles there meeting up with Canna Whoop's ass. Eve Seiko at the back trying to break up that Rat City wall, give Knuckles some help. That's Ponyboy Hurtis, 1964, up there battling it out with Tootsie. Fleetwood Smack and Herzerker up at the front. Now it's just Tootsie and Herzerker. Both jammers slowly pushing away. Fleetwood Smack now in there trying to give a little offense and help out everybody smashed together right in the apex. And bodies hit the ground. Knuckles out. Lead jammer Wasatch. For coming. Glad you enjoyed it. Also, I will pass your message on to Fighting Girlfriend after the game. She can't hear me from here. Riptide and Apollo, the jammers for this jam. Riptide working on inside line, lead jammer, Rat City. Whistle's going here. Somebody's going to the box. Looks like Malice, number 47. Feline Fatale dropped Apollo off on the inside there. Looks like he didn't see another blocker. No. Recalled to the track by Jam Ref Whiskey. It's always nice when the referees realize that they may have made a mistake and fix it right then and there. Riptide out now. Apollo out too. 4-0 jam. 86 Wasatch Roller Derby. 102 Rat City. Little over 30 seconds left in the period. Most likely the last jam of the period, but you never know. Malice for Rat City still in the penalty box, but standing now will be rejoining shortly, so a short-lived 4-3 pack advantage for Wasatch. Cats and Jammer number 92, the Jammer for Wasatch. Lead is given, but Cat is knocked to the outside and recycled. Made in China tries to go up against Herzerker and is denied to the inside. Both jammers now tied up in the pack in turn one. Cat now being recycled by Edelweiss, number 5 on Rat City. Made in China facing Eve, Booty, and Tootsie. Cat now out of the pack on a scoring trip. Made in China still tied up with Booty up there in the front. Booty sends her packing to the back. Cat through 4 points. Wasatch call off, and that is halftime. Once again, please allow the skaters and officials that are working and playing this game priority in the indoor restroom. There are portos outside for everyone else. Our score at halftime, 90 points, Wasatch Roller Derby, Rat City Roller Derby, 102 points, still very much anybody's game. We'll see you in 15.
Whatever her bucket is, that was supposed to do this for you.
Oh.
Yeah. She's like,
There we go. Whole pack all the way back here. Nice little piece of offense there from number 10, Reaver Song, Rat City. Riptide trying to get past Cat. Cat sends her to the ground, but it's lead jammer Rat City.
Apollo is fighting hard to get through that pack. And Apollo makes it out. As Riptide calls it off just in time for Apollo to not make it through.
Apollo's going to slide to a stop in front of his bench there. Head on back. Made in China, number 729 for Rat City. Knuckles, number 25 for Wasatch on the line. Rat City's switching up some players here. We got, looks like Edelweiss, and I think...
Okay, it looks like Rat City's starting with only 2 blockers on the track with a full lineup for Wasatch.
Pretty sure that's Elizabeth Taylor in the box there with Edelweiss, but I'm not 100% sure. Knuckles, number 25, now out for lead jammer, Wasatch Roller Derby. Made in China, stuck back there behind Tootsie, Fleetwood Smack, and Berserker. Star pass now to the pivot.
And Knuckles is about to make it through another lap.
But the Wasatch pack swarms up, same blockers, joined by Glow Job. And former jammer, now blocker, Made in China, going to penalty box. Knuckles still fighting with that pack at the back. It's Feline Fatale, Elizabeth Taylor, and Edelweiss doing some very good blocking back there.
As Glowjob comes in for some awesome offense.
Busted Knuckles out. 4 more points for Wasatch. Fleetwood Smack takes a big old spill right here on turn 4, but back up now, and nice little slide there by Knuckles. Turn 4 to come around.
4 more points by Knuckles. It looks like they're up to 12 points now. They're holding Rat City at 0 so far.
Made in China back on the track, tries to block Knuckles out on the side, but Knuckles manages to keep that skate in bounds. Everybody falling down in the back here. Elizabeth Taylor, Berserker, and Feline Fatale taking a shot. Jam is going to be called. Let's see what the jam refs have to say. No pass from Whiskey.
Okay, with final scores, we got 19 points by Wasatch, which has held Rat City at 0.
And you know what that means. Lead change.
Woo, woo!
Once again.
Everyone loves a lead change.
Everyone.
Okay, we've got...
I think sometimes Val and I forget just how loud our voices actually are.
Okay, we got Pony Boy that made it through, got lead jam, and then came around and got some points and called it off.
Some of the folks in the house here asked us to turn it down just a little bit because Val and I get a little excited sometimes.
Okay, we got Apollo here for a Wasatch Roller Derby
And that's
versus...
Ridiculous, number 67 from Rat City. 4-3 pack advantage, Rat City. Apollo out, lead jammer. A little bit of a pile up in the back here. That's Cat and Ridiculous getting tangled up. Whistles going, multiplayer block. Tootsie going to the box. Ridiculous now out on a scoring trip. Apollo takes a shot. It's knocked to the infield. That's Reverend Painter on the bench over here telling Apollo to call it off, and he does.
Right in time to keep that score to 3-0.
Riptide and Knuckles on the line wearing the stars. 3-3 pack. We got a player each in the penalty box. Riptide finds a hole on the outside. Lead jammer Rat City.
That was a beautiful opening that Riptide took.
Tootsie now back from the penalty box. Booty tries to take a swipe at Riptide. Misses. Knuckles out of the pack on a scoring pass. Jamref Whiskey says 4 points for Riptide.
And nobody's stopping Riptide on this jam.
Nope. Jam is called right as Knuckles hits the pack. 4-0 jam, Rat City. And we have a tie game, 112-112.
That's awesome. With the lead changes that have been happening, it's a good place to be.
We had a lot, said earlier, a lot of tie games, lot of lead changes today. It's been a good day of roller derby.
There have been some pretty intense games.
Says 729 made in China and number 47 Bridget for Wasatch. Bridget is out. Lead jammer Wasatch roller derby. Looks like glow job going to the box. Bridget through. No, Noah Fallon says back block, lost lead. That's
Well, we
Feline
got a
Fatale,
panty
number
pass.
323. The pivot taking the star now on a scoring trip for Rat City.
Oh, good. Open in the inside. And
Very nice piece of offense from the Rat City blockers there. Feline Fatale trying to stay up on 1 foot coming around turn 4, but Berserker had different ideas. Going to get recycled all the way to the back.
they were so close, though.
Glow job headed back to the box. I think that was a high block.
Oh, and Bridget just ducks
Yeah.
right underneath on the outside.
But Feline Fatale skating backwards in the open field, waiting for Bridget. Big old smile on Bridget's face because she knows what this means. I'm going to skate right by you. That's what it means. Both jammers now out 4-4. Rat City ahead in this race, but
Oh, no, they're now 12-12.
Feline Fatale hits that pack hard. Tootsie goes down. Bridget in now 2. Let's see how many they got. Noah
No.
Fallon says 0. Whiskey says 3. Advantage, Rat City 124-127. 3-point game.
Yeah, that was pretty impressive. Rat City came in, the jammer came in backwards with them hips to get those points. So
Feline Fatale took a moment to get up there. A pretty hard hit at the end. Katzenjammer, number 92 for Wasatch, 196-4. Ponyboy Hurtis for Rat City. Packs lined up, back to jammer line. Both jammers moving. Cat out first. Lead jammer, Wasatch.
oh, and Ponyboy makes it out right behind.
About a half a track back, but coming fast. Whole pack still stopped up there in turn 1. Cat jukes to the outside, untouched. Calls it 4-0 jam Wasatch.
This game is quite a nail biter.
It's going to be great. Another lead change there, folks. Back and forth. Riptide lining up for Rat City. Apollo for Wasatch.
We
Full
got two-
packs.
Yep, we got 2 full lines out there. We'll see which one can get through. Oh, right at the end.
Berserker and Riptide tangled up there. Riptide is lead jammer and headed to the penalty
Has now
box.
lost it because we got a penalty.
Jamref Whiskey trying to get Riptide back on the track. Says you are still lead. That wasn't your penalty. Apollo now out of the pack. Riptide back through as well. Apollo ahead, but Riptide has lead.
Yeah, Riptide came right through that pack, right past Glow Job. There was quite a few blockers out there trying to stop Riptide.
Riptide going to call it off to stop Apollo from scoring there. Berserker hanging out in the penalty box. 4-3 pack advantage, Rat City.
Okay, we've got Knuckles and is it Ponyboy? I think we got out there.
That's Ponyboy Hurtis, 1964 for Rat City. A lot of literary homages and Derby names this weekend.
I love it. I think that's my favorite part of Derby is seeing them Derby names.
Absolutely. Berserker going to come back from the penalty box, see if she can give Knuckles a little bit of help, but Ponyboy out the front of the pack. Lead jammer, Rat City.
Oh, down and around.
Star pass now to... No, not a star pass. Jam is called, though. Believe that was an illegal star pass to Taco there, the front pack ref, fighting girlfriend, giving the out of place sign.
And not only that, Colin, we've got another lead change. Rat City going at 130 to Wasatch 128.
Gotta love a back and forth game. Team timeout for Rat City. Take a little bit of break, gather themselves.
Yeah, it's been getting pretty heated out there.
A little bit.
These skaters are really working hard.
Definitely seeing some faces that look like they're running on a little less than a full tank out here. I know some of these Rat City skaters just played in the last game because they're crossovers between the A and B roster. I know how hard that can be. Done with our timeout now. Wasatch going to field number 47, Bridget. And it looks like number 10, is that Reaver Song? Yes, Reaver Song, number 10 for Rat City. First time with the jammer panty on that, but Bridget is out first. Lead jammer, Wasatch.
And Reaver Song is definitely fighting hard for this.
Absolutely. Faced up there with Booty Queen, Fleetwood Smack, Tootsie, and I think that's Bip. Yep, sure is.
These Rat City blockers are really giving Bridget a run for their money. They've already recycled Bridget, and Bridget is fighting hard.
104, Scarlet Fever there, trying to stop Bridget, but can't quite. Reaver now up against Bip and Booty, joined by Tootsie for Wasatch up in the front. Bip and Reaver down, but now back up again.
I wouldn't want to be behind that wall.
Nope, not at all. Bridget, though, getting knocked out by Malice, number 47 from Rat City. Recycled back-to-back the pack again. Reaver getting up a little slow on the infield, but going to get recycled by Booty and Fleetwood Smack and Tootsie. Oh, Bridget was almost there, but Miss Defiant comes from the back. Knocks her to the outside in the turn 3 for Apex. Star pass now to number 81.
Which I think it was.
That's on your knees for Rat City.
Was that Bip that tried to take them out and
believe
then
so.
went down, and so they continued to go on? That
Yep,
was beautiful.
No cut there. Bridget going to the penalty box for Wasatch. Going to sit down for 30 seconds.
Sometimes we just need 30 seconds to reset.
But White Jammer is being recalled to the track by Fighting Girlfriend. So that penalty is being overturned by the officials.
Okay, it looks like, oh, nope, we don't. I was thinking it was another lead change, but it's not. So we have
quite.
Rat City at 133 and Wasatch at 132. Oh, at 134, it is another lead change.
Very nice. That's why we get those quick score corrections towards the end of the jam. The jam refs come on over and chat with their scorekeeping team, make sure everybody is on the same page. Jammers now, Riptide and Apollo. Riptide off the line first, but met by Cats and Jammer and Glowjob, along with Eve.
That
and
Rat City
Taco.
wall is really working hard at keeping Apollo.
One to beat, it's Cats and Jammer. Out of play is called. Riptide, lead Jammer, Rat City.
Oh, Apollo finds that outside and finds his way out.
Once again, outside line, turn one. Apollo's favorite place to be.
Oh, it looks like a power jam. No? Yep, it is a power jam. So Apollo's got.
And that's going to mean a 2-minute jam for us here. Apollo's got 30 seconds or so to work by himself. 4 more points on the board for Wasatch Roller Derby here, bringing the score 138-133. Apollo one to beat. That's Elizabeth Taylor. Gets by. 4 more points, Wasatch.
Yeah, Apollo only had to get by one blocker. Apparently that penalty box is full.
Not quite full. Got Edelweiss and the Jammer there. The rest of the team out on the track. Got it's Canna Whoops ass. Glowjob in there trying to break that up. Elizabeth Taylor and Glitter Gulch, the pivot there, trying to stop Apollo. Glow realizes Riptide's behind her, tries to send her out, but Riptide is gone. 4 points. Oh, no. Cut track.
Yeah,
Apollo going to the
Riptide
box.
really found that opening and really utilized that.
Riptide now fighting it out with Glowjob and Cats and Jammer at the front, joined by Taco Del Mar. Jam's going to be called.
And they're going to start with a power jam with Ratsy having the advantage of that.
Whiskey says 4 points. Noah says 3. 15-8 Jam advantage. Wasatch 149-141 our score. But as Val said, Made in China, number 729, now alone on the track for Rat City while Apollo cools his heels in the penalty box.
Yeah, this could really be a game changer with these power starts.
Official timeout, says Danger Muffin. It's like the referees need a moment to collect themselves. Whamdolph out there. It's like that's going to be the penalty line trackers making sure they've got all the penalties correct and that the counts match between their paperwork and the penalty box paperwork. It's a lot to do.
Yeah, we have to give a shout out to all these skaters, all these refs, and everyone involved with roller derby. We can't do it without everyone out here.
Absolutely. Got some Rat City cheering section over there in turn 2.
I really love it when we hear some cheering going on.
Absolutely. Got some Happy Valley skaters still in the house over there in the turn 1-2 corner. Some Rat City folks. And then, of course, our lovely Eves of Destruction over here in the straightaway in their fabulous tracksuits.
Yes, I love it when we have a team come together with a wonderful costume. Or costume, but stuff to wear that kind of joins you together.
I mean, I wish we had cool tracksuits like that.
Seriously, that purple is divine. And it looks great.
Berserker getting a little funky on the track there. A little dance, solo dance party. Bip just looks confused. If you could see the look on Bip's face from my angle, it was pretty hilarious.
So with this coming up, we have a power jam with Wasatch having a full blocker lineup, and we have Rat City, which is 3. So we'll see how all this plays out. I think Apollo still has 30 seconds in.
Right about there. Yeah, there was about 15 or 16 seconds left in the jam when Apollo was assessed that penalty. So it really depends on, how long he took to get to the penalty box. But I'd say you're probably about right. 15, maybe 20 seconds left. Also joined there by Glitter Gulch, the pivot from Rat City. So 3-4 pack advantage to Wasatch, but Made in China alone with the star.
I'm really wondering how many times we're going to have another game-changing score.
I mean,
Seems like it's been happening a lot.
it's happened, what's this, 4 times, 5 times now in this half alone?
Yeah, since I've
Made
been
in China knocked to the ground by Tootsie there. Nice block. Meets up with Berserker. Fleetwood Smack. And Bip up in the front. Little bit of offense there from number 47, Malice, Rat City. Unsuccessful, but a good effort. Again, Malice in trying to break up that Wasatch pack. Can't do it. Lead jammer, Wasatch roller derby, Apollo right out of the penalty box through the pack.
I really love it when that happens. You're like, oh, is that going to happen? And when the
And it
jammer
does.
comes out, they still have the chance to become lead jammer. And
Apollo-
Apollo did it.
Apollo goes down, manages to stay in bounds, back up on his feet, 4 points. Wasatch.
It looks like we also have a panty pass here to Glitter Gulch.
It would appear so. That's Bip, Berserker, and Fleetwood Smack up in the front there, joined by Tootsie. Malice again trying to break up that Wasatch wall. Everybody from Rat City coming in to lend a hand.
And it looks like Apollo is just gaining those points, and it's going to make it a bigger spread for Rat City to come back from.
Sneaking by on the outside of turn 1 once again. Apollo around now, 12 points on the jam. Got 2 Rat City blockers going to the penalty box. Feline Fatale in there already, coming out to join teammates. Glitter Gulch now with the jammer star has turned around and decided to play defense, which is sometimes a very smart thing to do as a jammer when this kind of thing is happening. But Apollo back through again, 16 points on the jam. Jam's called on time. 16-0 Wasatch. Score now 165-141.
This is just one power jam away, one anything really. Rat really still has it in there to come back and to do another game change.
100%. We've seen, that's a 24-point jam. We've seen 24-point jams several times today. We've seen, I think it was a 32-point jam was our record. Ponyboy heard us, 1964 Rat City lead jammer.
All right,
But Knuckles-
Pony Boy.
Out 2, half a track away.
And Knuckles is right behind.
Inside line, Ponyboy scoots by. Taco tries to stop him, but can't.
Pony Boy saw that opening and took it and called it.
165, 145, 20 points now. Just under 10 minutes left in the game. Katzenjammer, number 92, on the line for Wasatch. Riptide, 017 from Rat City. Tootsie in the penalty box for Wasatch. 4-3 pack advantage. Rat City. Oh, Riptide tried to sneak up the outside line there, but Eve Sicko had other ideas. Tootsie now joining their pack. Oh, Riptide meets Glow Job, and they both go to the ground.
And it looks like Glow Job got the penalty.
Lee Jammer, Cat's a Jammer. But Riptide now out of the pack, half a track behind. Cat smashes into that pack, knocking Malice to the ground. Miss Defiant takes Cat to the infield, but Cat calls the jam.
It looks like Cat got 2 points in that jam. So now we are 22 points ahead. We got Wasatch 167 to Rat City 145.
And looks like Bridget will be the sole jammer for the first 30 seconds of this jam. Riptide going to the box. Not sure what the call was, but there they are. Glow Job in the box for Wasatch. 4-3 pack advantage again to Rat City. Bridget, nice little sidestep there. Working on Elizabeth Taylor up on the inside line of turn 2, but circled around. No! Canna whoops ass. Knocked Bridget out to the outside, but Berserker's there to take Canna out as well, so Bridget doesn't get the cut. Glow Job back from the penalty box. Bridget's out. Lee Jammer, Wasatch, Riptide now out from the penalty box.
That was a beautiful push by Berserker.
Blockers out of play at the back of the box. Peter Dragon dropping the hammer twice. Nope, just once. Only Berserker going to the box. I thought both of them were going. Jam now called by Bridget. 1 point. Says, oh no, 0 points. 0-0 jam.
We got Pony Boy out there, and we also got Apollo. I think that was 0 for everybody in that jam, correct?
Agreed. Yeah, no score on the last jam. Pack advantage once again to Rat 4-3. Berserker in the box. Both jammers out now, but Apollo runs right into Malice and Miss Defiant. That's feline fatale, the brace on that tripod, and they are not going to let Apollo go anywhere. Apollo's good heads-up move there. Goes back to avoid the cut from Malice.
Oh, and Pony Boy gets lead.
Lead jammer, Rat City. 6 minutes, 35 seconds remain in the period. About a minute and a half left in the jam. Let's see what Pony Boy can do with this. 4 points already.
Don't you love it when one of those insides or outsides are completely open? You can do a nice little dip through
Just
it.
nothing to it. Star pass now from Apollo to Cats and Jammer. Cat is out of the pack on a scoring trip. Pony Boy gets knocked out almost into the stands there in the 1-2 apex, but calls the jam before Cat can score. Let's see what our jammer referees have to say. Whiskey says 2 more points. That's 6-point jam for Pony Boy Hurtis. 167-151 our score.
Okay, and we got a Riptide out there again versus Knuckles.
But looks like Wasatch's captain, Eve, and Coach Backslash have something to say to Peter Dragon. Review Wasatch.
So this is really just one jam away from another game-changing points. We have Wasatch at 167 to Rat City 151. This has definitely been a really nail-biting game. I think there's been a lot of those this weekend. Perfectly matched up.
All but one today. Back and forth, lead changes. Been a great day of roller derby, like I said before. Great weekend all around.
There's been a lot of games played out here at Wasatch tournament, so Malice in the Mountains 2023.
Fighting girlfriend going to come over and give us the lowdown here. Looks like the review is for a skating out of bounds penalty on the jammer. The referees have had their conference. Peter Dragon going to go over and give the decision. Once again, we'll wait until Peter Dragon has finished speaking with the captains and coaches. But that review is going to be declined. They say that they were pushed out. They didn't skate out. So
They had
Cool.
made contact with another human
Correct.
skater.
So Wasatch will lose their review for the period. 2 timeouts remaining for both teams. A review still to use for Rat City. 5 minutes, 58 seconds on the clock. Riptide and Knuckles on the line. Knuckles driving through, but it's Riptide up the inside line. Lead jammer, Rat City.
These walls are really starting to tighten it up.
Oh, Knuckles goes down hard. Thought she was out, but no. Got 3 Rat City blockers up there.
Yeah, they really did go in waterfall in there beautifully to stop Knuckles from getting advantage of that.
The pivot there, Reaver Song, Canna Whoops Ass, number 17. It's Elizabeth Taylor. All the Rat City blockers back there.
Oh, that was so close. Rat City Riptide almost went out of bounds, but did some beautiful toe work and brought herself back in.
Star pass now to Taco Del Mar, number 8 for Wasatch. See what Riptide does with that. Riptide now met with the back of Glowjob, calls the jam.
And Rat City is inching their way back.
Yep. 5-point jam for Riptide. Our score now 167-156.
Okay, we got Pony Boy up against Bridget. Both, we have all blockers out there, and this is going to be a good jam.
Malice, Misdefiant, Feline Fatale back there for Rat City. Bip comes in, tries to break it up. But that is Ponyboy Hurtis, Rat City lead jammer.
And Bridget's right behind Pony Boy.
Ponyboy calls it off right as Bridget takes flight. 1 point, Rat City. 0, Bridget. But a nice effort there. That is a good question that Val just asked. Had the whistles been a little bit later, would Bridget have gotten those points? A little far away for me to make that determination, but I believe Bridget did land on her knees, so the answer probably no there. Timeout by Rat City.
We got 3 minutes and 38 seconds left. That's a couple jams out there. We're still at Wasatch 167 to Rat City 157. That's only 10 points between them.
10 points, 3 minutes, 38 seconds remaining in the game. In the last game of Malice in the Mountains 2023. 10 games this weekend, some fabulous roller derby. A couple of little cheers there, led by Cookie, it sounded like. One of the few voices I can hear from across the county. What's that? What's that, Ray? I can't hear you. Number 92, Cats and Jammer, wearing the star for Wasatch again. Riptide 017 for Rat City. Full packs on the track. They're off. Riptide by her own blockers, meeting up with Taco Del Mar, almost went down. It's like Eve took a little bit of a spill, but recovered. Glowjob Booty Queen and Taco Del Mar up the front. Nice bridge by Eve and Taco there.
You know, some of these blockers out here are playing for a couple different leagues. We've got some crossover skaters from different teams.
Well, the Rat City roster alone, I know there are several skaters on the Rat City roster that played in both the A and the B games just back-to-back tonight.
Yeah, we also have a couple of Morbids out there.
That's
from
true,
Happy Valley skating with Wasatch also.
It's like Kat is lead jammer, but both jammers have been tied up here in the 1-2 apex for the last little while, although Kat managed to break out. Riptide spins away from Booty Queen, and both jammers are out. Riptide gritting her teeth coming around that corner.
I wouldn't want to be back there either, so.
Quick call off by Kat. 2 points, Wasatch. 1 point for Rat City.
No, we got
173.
6 points now.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we just changed. Still, we're at 173 to 158.
6-1 jam. And whistles blow.
We got an official review from Rat City. Let's see what they got.
Rat City's coach has been fairly successful in reviews today. 1-3 in the last game. Let's see if the trend continues.
While we're waiting for this official review, what do we have? Pony Boy out there against Apollo?
That's what it looks like.
It's going to be a nice matchup.
Rails and Apollo having a chat at the back there. Little dance party maybe. Yeah.
This has been a long weekend of roller derby. And this is the last game of the Malice in the Mountains. So it's going to go out with a bang.
Absolutely.
And I think we have an after party. I hear it's at the bowling alley, I think, if that's correct.
I don't know that for sure, but I did hear a rumor of going to the bowling alley. I think it's Bonwood, which is not too far down the road from here. If you like seedy old bowling alleys, you'll love Bonwood. Looking for a high block call there. After the officials had a chance to talk about it, there were no eyes on the action, so Peter Dragon is going to be giving that news here.
But I'll tell you what, it's really nice to get a break. And so this is giving both teams a nice break to reset and bring it back.
Absolutely.
For the last 2 minutes. This may be one jam or two.
$15 points. Not insurmountable.
Not at all.
2 minutes in the clock. Wasatch still has 2 timeouts. Rat City has 1 left. Lead jammer is going to be incredibly important in these next 2 jams. Or next 2 minutes, I should say. Once again, Ponyboy Hurtis, 1964 from Rat City, lined up next to Apollo, number 89 from Wasatch. Apollo, direction call on rails there. The pivot headed to the penalty box. Apollo trying to go side to side on this track. Miss Defiant, Feline Fatale, and it's Rat City lead jammer, Ponyboy Hurtis.
This
Wasatch
is exactly what Rat City needs right now. That was beautiful, Ponyboy. Came right out the outside, smooth as butter.
Little tap from Tootsie, but it wasn't enough to stop Ponyboy do have a Rat City blocker in the box. Tootsie manages to stop Ponyboy on the inside line. That's Berserker. And Fleetwood Smack helping out. Fleetwood Smack moves over to the outside to stop Ponyboy. Apollo still stuck in that Rat City pack behind Feline Fatale and Scarlet Fever, number 104. Berserker catches Ponyboy. 1 left to go. Nice bridging here by Wasatch, but oh no. Apollo going to the penalty box. Score now, 173-166, Rat City. Less than a minute left on the clock.
I don't know about you, but I wouldn't want to be caught by Berserker. It's like almost like getting a hug.
I know, right?
You can't get past that arm length.
Yeah, wingspan like that is no joke. Ponyboy Hurtis was out of bounds. Cut, says Jam Ref Whiskey. Apollo is released. That's lost lead. The jam clock and the period clock are just about 10 seconds apart. If this jam will end on time now that we don't have a lead jammer, unless someone calls a timeout, this will be
Oh, and
the final
Ponyboy
jam.
makes
Ponyboy back
way
out onto
out,
the track. Out for scoring. Rat City calling a timeout now.
That was a 12-point jam by Ponyboy. That was amazing.
173 points, Wasatch Roller Derby. 170 points, Rat City Roller Derby after a 12-point pickup by Ponyboy Hurtis in the last jam. 5 seconds remain on the period clock. Let me hear some noise in this building. That's better.
All right, well, this is 3 points. So either Wasatch is going to get lead and continue getting points, or we're going to find Rat City getting lead and catching up. This is like anyone's game right now.
100%. See what Coach Backslash has in store for Wasatch. Our jam timer, Danger Muffin, signals the end of that timeout. Rat City blockers, Feline Fatale, Mystifiant, Canna Whoops Ass on the pivot line. We've got Berserker, Tootsie, Bip, and Booty Queen. Nope, we're going to swap out.
Okay, is this...
No, we have Fleetwood Smack in the box, so...
For
3
this
and
last
3
jam,
on the
we
track.
got Riptide and Cat Stammer.
Cat gets knocked out of bounds by Mystifiant. Going to the outside. Cat out. Lead jammer. Call off. Wasatch Roller Derby.
Such a close game. Such a close game.
The very end here. 173 points. 170 points. Rat City. Very smart roller derby there by Cats and Jammer to call off that jam with the lead. Congratulations, Wasatch. Great game to Rat City. Thank you, everyone, skaters, fans, volunteers, officials, everyone in the building. Thank you all so much for a great weekend. I'm Colin DeShots. This is Valkyrie Vixen.
Okay, well, we got our final score. Looks like Wasatch 173 to Rat City 170.
Come on out and congratulate these skaters. Now it's time for Val and I to pack up these microphones and go find an adult beverage. Good night.
Good night.
Yes.